Okay, we're going to do some practice of questions that come up in the N4 numeracy unit, those types of questions. Let's go for a question 1. We can use a calculator at any time. Okay, so let's go for Peter earns £2,400 per month. His friend Anna earns 20% more. How much does she earn? Okay, so the first thing is, let's establish what 20% is. So 20%, well, a percentage is a fraction out of 100. So it's 20% then of 2,400. So 20% of 2,400. So let's put that into the calculator then, given the fact that we can use the calculator at times. So 20 divided by 100, get an answer for that, and then multiply that answer by 2,400. And that'll give you £480. Okay. Now the point is that Anna earns the 20% more than Peter. Okay. So Peter earns 2,400. 20% of that is £480. Okay, so Anna earns that amount more. So that means that Anna earns per month 2,400 plus 480. And that will give me £2,808. Okay, let's try a question 2. Okay, question 2. Question 2. There are 168 hours in 1 week. How many hours are in 23 weeks? Okay, so that's dead easy, and we've got a calculator. 1 week, 168 hours. We want 23 weeks, so just multiply by 23. And that will give me 3,864 hours. It's important as well to put your units on the end. Okay, let's try a question 3. Okay, question 3, let's go for this. A train journey from Glasgow to Newcastle departs at 10:35 a.m. The journey takes 2 hours 50 minutes. Find the arrival time. At Newcastle. Okay, so 10:35 a.m. Okay, so if we think about 2 hours 50 minutes, that's almost exactly 3 hours, but not quite. So if we were to jump on 3 hours, okay, so what we could do is jump on 3 hours and then jump back 10 minutes. And then that would be equivalent to 2 hours 50 minutes. So if we jump on 3 hours, then that would be 10:35 to 11:35 to 12:35 to 1:35 p.m. So that would be 3 hours. Okay, but it's only 2 hours 50 minutes, which is 10 minutes less. So what we could do then is jump back 10 minutes, which would give us our arrival time 1:25 p.m. Okay, so the 2 hours 50 minutes, we've jumped 3 hours, but then came 10 minutes back, which is the 2 hours 50 minutes. So 10:35 to 11:35, 12:35, 1:35, and then back the 10 minutes, 1:25 p.m. Okay, question 4. Four classes contain different capacities. So this is drinking glasses, okay? So they are, one of them is 300 millilitres, another one is 425 millilitres, a third one is 250 millilitres, and then a fourth one is 400 millilitres, okay? So the question is, can a 2-litre bottle of water provide 4 glasses filled with water? Okay, so the first thing that we need to be thinking about here is 1 litre contains 1000 millilitres, so 2 litres then contains 2000 millilitres. Okay, so we've got 2000 millilitres, and what we need to do is see how much is in these 4 glasses, so let's add them up. So 300 plus 425, you've got a calculator if you need it, but I wouldn't imagine that you would need one with that, but you can double check your answer though. Okay, so that's going to be 5, and then 7, and then 3 and 4 is 7, 7 and 2 is 9, 9 and 4 is 13, and that's 1375 millilitres. So, is that bottle of water got enough in it? Yes. So what I'm going to do then is say yes, but yes could be a 50-50 guess, so I need to back it up with a justification. So what I'm going to say is yes, since 2000 millilitres is more than 1375 millilitres. Okay, question 5. Question 5 is, Lisa paid £3,250 for a new couch. Write this in words. Okay, dead easy. Okay, £3,250. So all in words, make sure you don't use digits. 3,250 £. Okay, that's a part A. Part B. Okay. Part B. 5 years later, she sold it to a friend at a loss of £2,250. And the question is, how much did she sell for? Okay, so she paid £3,250. Okay. Now she's then lost, so that's a takeaway. She's lost £2,250. So I'm going to take that away then. And how much did she pay? Okay, so 0 take away 0, 5 take away 5 is 0, 2 take away 2 is 0, and 3 take away 2 is 1. So that means that she sold it for £1,000. Okay, question 6. Cones are placed in a restricted parking area. The stretch of restricted parking is 171.6 metres. There are 33 spaces between cones. Find the length of one space. Okay, so 33 spaces makes up the total length of the restriction, so we want to find just one space. So what we need to do then is divide that 171.6 into 33 bits, and that will give them answer. So again, let's put that into the calculator, and that will give me 5.2 metres. Make sure you include your units. Okay, question 7. Question 7 says that the diagram shows the speed of a car cruising on the motorway. Identify the speed. Okay, so pretty straightforward. There's 50 miles per hour, there's 60 miles per hour, there's 70 miles per hour. So we can see that between 50 and 60 we're going up in these smaller divisions. So between 50 and 60 there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then between 60 and 70 there's also 5. So between 50 and 60 there are 5. So that means each bit must stand for 2. So that must be between there and there's 10. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 52, 54, 56, 58 miles per hour. Make sure you get your units in there. Okay, and if I was to then ask, what would that be to the nearest 10? Well, to the nearest 10, that would be 60 miles per hour. Okay, let's try question 8. At a wedding party, "34 guests are travelling to the reception. They decide to travel by taxi. Each taxi can fit 5 passengers. How many taxis are needed? Okay, so There's 34 guests, each taxi can hold 5, so we need to find how many 5s will fit into 34 because that will give us the amount of taxis. So if we do 34 divided by 5, okay, so if we think about that, how many 5s fit into 34? Well, that would be 6, and there would be a remainder of 4. And that's quite a good way of thinking about this one. So how many 5 passengers? Okay, so that's one taxi will give 5 passengers. So how many 5 passengers will make up the 34 passengers? So that's 6. So that's 6 taxis with a remainder of 4. So in essence, what does that mean? That means we'll need 6 taxis, and then we'll need another 1 taxi. So these 6 taxis will have 5 passengers, and then that will be your 30 guests. But then we'll need 1 extra taxi to take the 4 extra guests at the end in, so that would be 7 taxis in total. Okay, so 34 divided by 5. 5 fits into 34 6 times with a remainder of 4. So we need slightly more than 6 taxis, so you can't have 6.5 taxis or 6.2 taxis. If you need more than 6 taxis, even if it's only a wee bit more, you'll need 7 taxis. Okay, next question. A plane cruising uses approximately 4 litres of fuel every second. Question is, would 8,200 litres be enough to cruise for half an hour? Okay, so the first thing is what we need to do is to work out how many seconds would be in half an hour. So remember there's 60 seconds in 1 minute, and then half an hour is 30 minutes. So that would then be 1,800 seconds. Okay. So each second we're using 4 litres, so it would be for 1,800 seconds. Well, let's try it 4 times 1,800. You can remember you've got a calculator, but we don't really need a calculator for this one, but you can use it if you need it. 4 8s are 32, 2 down carry 3, 4 1s are 4 plus the 3 is 7. So that indicates that we need 7,200 litres because we need 4 litres every second, and that's 1,800 seconds in half an hour. So is 8,200 litres enough? Yes, but let's back up with reason. Yes, since 8,200 is more than the required 7,200. Okay, question 10. Question 10 shows a pizza, and the question is, what fraction of the pizza has tomato topping? Okay, so the pizza is split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits, so each bit's an eighth. So how many of those 8 bits, those eighths, tomato toppings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits, so that's 5 out of 8 bits, and that is 5 out of 8, 5 eighths. Okay, the next question, which is related, is there are in total 56 toppings on the pizza. So that's individual bits, like individual small tomatoes or individual olives. There are in total 56 toppings. If John eats 7/8 of the pizza. How many toppings has he eaten? Okay, so the full thing's got 56, he's eaten 7/8 of that, so that's 7/8 of 56. So what do you do here with fractions again? So you divide by the bottom and then multiply by the top. Okay, so you divide by the bottom, 56 divided by 8 gives me 7, and then you multiply by the top, 7 times 7 is 49 toppings. Okay, question 1. The restrictions on riding a roller coaster are as follows. Riders must be older than 8 years of age, taller than 4'10", and heavier than 35 kilograms. Okay, the question is, who is allowed on the ride? Okay, so what we need to do is read this table. Older than 8 years of age, well, person D, that's a toddler at 2 years of age, so they're not allowed on. I can say that immediately because they're 2-year-old, so that rules them out immediately. Okay, so who's still in the running? Well, age 9, that's fine. Age 31, that's fine. Age 22, that's fine. Taller than 4'10". Okay, well, person A, 4'8", that wouldn't be allowed. You need to be taller than 4'10", so we need to get rid of that. Okay, and who's still in the running then? Well, 5'7", that's taller than 4'10", and 6'1", taller than 4'10", so person B and person C, that's still fine. Heavier than 35 kilograms. Okay, both of them are definitely heavier, so that means it's going to be person B and person C. Okay, question 12. Question 12. We've got this diagram. So in a class, pupils indicated how they travelled to school. What is the most common method of transport? Okay, so we've got either walking, car, train or bus. Right, well, we can clearly see that the biggest bar in this bar chart is for walking. It's higher than the rest. More people walk than get the car, train or bus, so the answer then is definitely, without a doubt, really easy, is walk.